Lord of the Rings fans. This is KaliCosplay, sadly here again without New Better Do Better on the Voices of Arda podcast. If you have been keeping track, which no, you haven't, you will know that it has been slightly more than a week since my last episode, but my computer needed some time to scare me, give me a good scare, but it is back, and so we are back, and so episodes will now arrive precisely when they mean to. Today's guest is someone who we enjoy talking to very much and have met in person. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kaya.
Kaya, where do we find you on social media?
Ooh, everywhere, mainly on TikTok and Instagram. Uh, Facebook too, but it's basically the same stuff over there, but I still reply to comments and everything. I'm pretty
Okay,
funny on Threads,
excellent.
and I need to start posting on my YouTube, but yeah, that's mainly where you can find me.
All right, so everywhere she is there. And how do you spell your social media handle?
So on Instagram, on everywhere else except for TikTok, it's Kaia Kayy. But
Okay,
on TikTok, it's Kaia Kays.
you got that, everybody? I think if you probably start typing Kaia Kay, you should come up. Now, there have been a
Yeah.
few imposter accounts of
You
you.
don't get me started on that. Another one popped up. People are DMing me saying that that account is DMing them. And I'm like, first of all, I would never call anybody darling,
Oh,
especially none of y'all. But
what are they doing? They're trying to get a vacation or they're checking insurance or what are
I
these
I ain't
accounts?
got the slightest clue. I saw one screenshot from someone being like, hey, is this you? And I was like, does that sound like me? And they're like, no. And I was like, probably not me then.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Well,
that's crazy. I never thought that would happen to me, but shit.
you reach a certain level of popularity and what is it? Imitation is the best form of flattery, is that? But this is like more than
I think
imitation. This is just like
scammy.
straight up like identity theft at this point. But
Yeah.
so all of you fake kayakes out there, cut it out.
Yeah,
This is
dip
the
that
real
down.
one right here. If you're not sure if you're following the right account, then send us a message and we can probably get you sorted out.
100%.
Kaya, you do kind of a little bit of everything in the Tolkien sphere. I mean, you've got your lore videos, you've obviously got your collection, you do some cosplay. What would you say your Tolkien account is mainly about? Like, what do you focus on?
I'd say probably the main focus is probably that Lord of the Rings is for everybody. Like,
Excellent.
regardless if you're only a fan through like the movies or the books, or yes, even the TV show. And
Mm-hmm.
like, that's when it comes to my lore videos, that's something that I always say. Like, if you're just a fan through the movies, you might not know XYZ, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to read the books if you don't want to. They're not everybody's cup of tea. That's what we're here for.
You say you focus more on lore stuff and your Did You Know videos.
Hmm.
Is that like mostly lore, would you say, or sort of like
I'd
also
say
Easter egg behind the scenes kind of stuff?
I'd say the first series that I did, because obviously I did like my original series, the thing that got me my big following, that was like a mix of lore and like the behind the scenes stuff. And then with the comment experience on that, it was people asking more and more lore questions instead
Okay.
of like behind the scenes stuff. And so
Okay.
like this second series that I'm doing, like I'm just redoing it, it's more lore stuff with
Okay.
like behind the scenes sprinkled in there.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
excellent. So you're giving the people what they want.
that's what I try to do.
It's all we can ever do, Kaya. Did you do any Tolkien related projects in 2025? So last year, did you go to any of the meetups? Probably.
I
You're pretty busy.
Yeah, last year was so busy. Last year was
Okay.
crazy. I know last year it started with like coming out of 2024, it started with me being invited to that War of Hero and premiere stuff.
Hmm.
And then mainly last year was just being on a bunch of podcasts
Okay.
and
Yes.
then doing our like little Voices of Arda meetups. So like the Lord of the Rings symphony thing that we did in March.
Hmm.
And then I did Dragon Con. And
Okay.
then what else did I do? Westmoot.
Okay.
I think that was it when it comes to traveling. Other than that, it was just a whole bunch of podcasts and like
A lot
product
of
collabs.
virtual events, virtual meetings.
Yeah,
When you go to Comic Cons, though, you do sort of cosplay. Do you consider that cosplay? I mean, I do.
I
I
do.
think it's great. Good.
I do. I
Some
cosplay
people
at
are too
least like
shy to be like, no, it's just I'm just wearing like everything and the look and the makeup, but it's not cosplay, I swear. It's like, yeah, no, I think you're doing it. I think you're doing the thing. So,
I think you're doing it. No, like yeah, with the Sauron stuff, like especially with Dragon Con, I did a whole lot of cosplay. And then for Westmoot this year and last year, I did one cosplay. And then I don't, the second day, I don't do a cosplay. I do like an inspired look.
oh,
So it's not
okay.
really a cosplay. It's more of like the beginning concepts of a cosplay that I'll add on to later. But it's just an outfit inspired by said character.
Oh, I kind of like that actually. That gives you a lot of like freedom for options and your own like injecting
Yeah,
your own creativity and your own
exactly.
ideas into it, your own style.
Yeah, and it's a lot more comfortable if like, you're not into cosplay or if you're too shy to cosplay, you could just make an outfit that's inspired by your character.
Oh, we should that should have a name, I think. We should make up a name for that. Somebody think of a name for that. You have a specific prop that always catches my eye for Sauron. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Yeah, I think you made it.
Oh, yeah, my Sauron mace. So it's like the actual like life-size Sauron replica, and I'd show it to you, but I brought it to Minnesota for Dragon Con
Okay.
and it busted. I know. It
No.
busted like right in half, like right. So like the way that it prints out, the staff part of it is in three parts, and then the top part of it is like 16 parts altogether, but the top is very heavy. And
Okay, yeah.
I was like holding, it was like I wasn't even holding it. It wasn't during the cosplay, thank God. It was after I had already taken all my
Aha.
pictures. It was after the cosplay show and everything. I was packing it up and I go to grab it off the bed to put it in the suitcase and it just snaps and I'm
Just
just
too
sitting
top
there
heavy,
staring at
eh?
it like
Oh.
you're joking right
Oh.
now. I was so sad, but then I get home and I'm just like, I'll fix it later. It'll be
Fix
done
it.
before Dragon Con again.
Okay. Okay, I'm reassured
Yeah,
to hear that. It's
yeah.
very impressive to see Kaya walking around with this thing. So that was your 2025. What about 2026? Like, do you have projects? I mean, we're already halfway through 26 at this point, like things you've done or things that you're going to do.
I so other than I've done Westmoot, obviously that was when was that back in May?
I want to say May.
May. And then I am currently working on something. I don't know if I can talk about it yet because
Okay.
I don't think it's ready yet. And then obviously like we all do, we're all working with Jordan on his little soundscape app. And then
Okay.
I have another thing coming up that I'm very excited about, but I can't talk about it.
Oh,
So
so
it's
many
gonna
secrets,
be
Kaya.
fun.
All right, then, keep your secrets.
That's exciting, though. I'm excited for you. Excited to see what these things are once they are unveiled. Are you going to San
Yeah, they're gonna be
Diego Comic-Con this year?
I am.
You are. Yay.
I am. I'm
We're
so
starting.
excited. I get to see Kelly and Miranda and Pete and Willie and all the
Yeah.
fun people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been hearing all the chatter is starting now for everybody who's going
Mhm.
there. Will this be
Because
your first time at SDCC?
mhm.
Oh, okay.
It's so exciting. I can't wait.
Well, this question is an interesting question. It is a new better do better question, and I really like it because it sparks um, very personal answers. So, we know about the Ainulindale, the music of the Ainur that shaped and created the world of Arda, and how each of the members in it contributed and woven a theme. So, if you
Mhm.
were singing in this wonderful establishing music, foundational music, what would you weave in as your theme?
right off the bat, I want to say chaos, like Melkor.
Hmm.
But then, like, actually thinking about it, I think, you know, like, whenever you think of something like super nostalgic and like you feel that weird, warm comfort feeling in you, where like, you don't
Oh,
miss it to where it hurts, but you're just like, oh, that was nice. I wish I would
oh,
have known that I was in that spot when I was, now that I'm remembering it.
oh,
So
okay.
probably that,
That is
because lately I've been feeling like that a lot lately. And
is it Lord of the Tolkien related things that are making you feel this way, or just life in general?
I mean, both, because Lord of the Rings is very much entangled within my
Okay,
life. So
it's hard to
like,
separate that.
yeah. So like when I live in Florida, right? And other than Dawn, everywhere like so far away from everywhere else. Like there's a few Voices of Arda people in New York, and then
Hmm.
Kelly and Miranda are in
Bunch in
California
California,
and
yeah.
everywhere. And I'm just here. And whenever I go and hang out with everyone, it's like, so nice and so fun. And I always have to remind myself to, like, in that moment, be like, you're going to remember this 2 weeks from now, and you're going to really miss it. So, like, really appreciate it right now. Because as soon as I get off the plane and I'm just like that whole Sam scene of, well, I'm back. Like that scene to me isn't warm and fuzzy to me. It's, oh, I'm back.
I'm
So,
back. Yeah.
yeah.
That is a very interesting answer. I think personally what I do is I do the before. So I'm thinking ahead about the event and like planning it and visualizing how it's going to go. And then when I'm in the thing, like like you're right, like being present is so important and I think it's something
Mhm.
that a lot of people struggle with these days, especially with the massive amounts of distractions at our disposal at any given time. But that is
Wanting to
beautiful.
do wanting to do so many things with each other, like create all these memories that you're just it sometimes it just goes by too fast and you forget to really appreciate the people that you're with.
You're right, though. Those moments all go by so fast, and
Mhm.
I'm proud of you for consciously making that effort to grab a hold of them and be in them and enjoy them. And I hope that all the rest of our listeners can take a hint from that too and try to just slow down and take a breath and be in the moment. That's
Yeah, stop
wonderful.
and smell the roses.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that answer, Kaya. That was really nice. Tell us about like
Mhm.
one other interest you have outside of the Lord of the Rings sphere.
I've really gotten back into like writing
Ooh.
and just kind of like really deeply analyzing the things that I read, because back in the yonder years of high school, baby Kaya used to want to be an author. And while I'm not writing stories, I am writing like, I don't want to say analytic papers, but I guess you could call it that. But yeah, I've just gotten back into
Yeah.
writing and it's just been really nice and like relaxing. I almost forgot how nice it felt because it's been so long since I've done it. And like I find myself like, being excited to type out the things that are in my head, like the ideas that I have, the things that like, oh, I could edit it this way. I could switch this up, edit it like this and add this, take this out, and it makes more sense like this. And yeah, it's
Mhm.
just fun.
That's really neat. I didn't know you did that. Are you going to join any of our other peers in publishing Tolkien related papers?
I I don't know if it'll go past my Substack. I'm not entirely sure. The one that I am currently working on right now, it is Tolkien related. I do want to see if I can maybe present it at the next Westmoot next year. But
Okay.
I'll see about the feedback after that when it comes to publishing it.
We have a lot of new projects coming up in the next few years. We have the third season of Rings of Power at the end of this year, and then we're gonna have. I'm sure you're totally aware, and if you've been listening, you probably know from previous episodes about the movies and the games and the board games that Pete brought up last time, and all the stuff that's coming up.
Mhm.
Is there anything that you're particularly excited for?
So when it comes to like new projects, I like to not be so much excited over, but like, positively optimistic about it.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I don't like the disappointment that comes
Oh,
when like, something happens in something that I'm not entirely a big fan of.
okay, yeah.
But that's worked out pretty well because I felt the same thing about like, season 2 of Rings of Power, and that turned out great. Even though there were
Mm-hmm.
parts that irritated me, it still turned out great. I know for a fact there's going to be things that irritate me about this next season, but I'm still just as excited. Just as optimistic about it. I'm excited to see the characters that are coming back and like the storyline continue.
Mm-hmm.
I am hesitant on what they're going to add, what they're going to take away, and how they're going to do the time crunch. And it's just like with uh, Stephen Colbert's new movie
Mm-hmm.
and Andy Serkis's movie. When it comes to Andy Serkis bringing back a lot of the cast that I don't think he should. I think he should have recasted all of it, but we'll see. I'm not excited to think about the use of the CGI de-aging and if they're going to be using AI into it and all that stuff. So
Is there anything that you're looking forward to seeing, any events in the next season of Rings of Power?
when they announced they were doing the time crunch, I'm not entirely sure how they're going to do that time crunch or what all they're going to show. Because like obviously they said whenever the season comes back in, they're going to be in the midst of like the wars between the elves and Sauron. But like, are they going to try and make it so Khazad-dûm closes at the same time? Are we going to see the fall of Numenor? Are we going to see? I mean, we obviously have to see Sauron make the ring because he does that before he's taken to Numenor. But like, are they going to condense it so much to where we see him make the ring in like episode 2 and then Numenor falls in episode 8, or are they going to close it with him being taken by Ar-Pharazôn and off to Numenor? Or I don't know. I'm very, very nervous.
Mhm.
So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm always excited to see Charlie Vickers as Sauron. And I'm really excited to see who
Hey.
Jamie Campbell Bower is playing. I'm so excited to see who he's
Oh
playing.
yes, yes.
I'm praying for Glorfindel, but I have a feeling that he might end up being Celeborn. So
Okay, well, we have had guesses on this podcast before and been hilariously wrong. So we will all be surprised once that comes out.
they did it super well with like the Anatar reveal because they just showed him and then we were all like, well, are they going to be able to use the name? Because they didn't use the name, they didn't say the name in any of the trailers. And then so like episode 2 of season 2 comes out and we're just all on the corner of our seats being like, he's gonna say it, he's gonna say it, and then he says it, and I'm screaming. Like I thought that was so sick. I was worried they weren't even gonna be able to do Anatar, and then they did.
We get excited over some hilarious things, honestly, us Lord of the Rings fans. Squealing at the TV. I remember when Aglos came on and I just yelled it. And my boyfriend was like, who, where, who?
It's not who, it's what. That's crazy. It's just like when Miriel gave Elendil Narsil, and I was just like, oh, "That's Narsil!" And like my kid is just like, "Huh?" And I was like, the broken sword from Lord of the Rings," and he's just like, "Okay." And
But it's
I'm like,
not broken yet. Like it will be
"It's
broken,
not
but it's
broken
not.
yet. This is while Narsil is still Narsil, and we see Elendil get it. Like obviously, it's probably not like the canon way that he got it, but we see him get it like before it's broken.
And he
And
does
we'll get to see him use it.
when
That's
he's taking out the sword, he does the exact same motion as
thing
Aragorn in
Aragorn does.
the
Oh God.
they did that so well.
It was so good.
I hope we get Elrond and his years of love, like his happy years, his
The very
very
few
few
minutes.
happy years, which, as you say, he needs to cling on to and remember because he's gonna want those warm memories for a very long time after this.
Yeah,
But I just want to see Elrond happy with someone being loved and loving someone.
exactly. I think that's so funny. Poor Elrond. I
That's so
remember I
unfair.
saw I remember I saw a post talking about like Tolkien creating Elrond and the commenter was just like, in the thoughts of Tolkien, like, I'm going to make the most helpful, empathetic, wise, like, kind
Kind of
elf in
summer.
all of Middle Earth, and he will never know a moment's peace. And it's just like, shit.
Ugh,
Yeah,
breaking our hearts out there.
poor Elrond.
I can't help but stare at all of your collection things that are displayed beautifully behind you there. Is there anything on there that's like a favorite or anything with a really good story that you'd want to share with us?
There are two things, I guess. One of the things that I always say is my favorite is the little USB that I have
Hmm?
on a USB that has my dad reading The Lord of the Rings on it. So that's always a favorite in my
Wow.
collection. And then the little the little Lord of the Rings audiobooks right here. Those are also my dad's. And I remember when I was little, when he worked midnights at the hospital, but whenever I would come home from school, I would always hear him blasting those things in his room because that's what he listened to go to sleep. And for the
Just
longest time, I was
on
just like,
full. Yeah, okay.
for the longest time, I was like, this book is so annoying. Like, Jesus. But then like I listen to audiobooks and I'm like, you know what? I get it because I have to listen to them on planes in order to fall asleep. So
Oh, so
yeah, my father like daughter.
yeah, I was gonna say. So you have been open in your content before that he was, of course, instrumental in your
Oh yeah.
developing your passion for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I feel like I yip yap a little bit too much about it because I don't want to,
Never, you can
yeah.
never do that. No.
I try not to make the stuff on my pages sad, but sometimes it just goes back.
You know what? But like Lord of the Rings teaches us sometimes things are sad. I had Pete on here last episode, and he was saying like sometimes things are sad, and you
Mhm.
don't get over them. You're just different, and we need to be okay with that because that's how life is. Like it's not something any of us can change or
That was so deep of him to
prevent.
say too.
Hmm?
So that was so deep of him to say too.
It
Like
was
basically,
very deep. And that was in response to his what music would he contribute question. So that question has been I've been getting a lot of mileage out of that for getting to know
that's
you
a good
guys.
question.
It takes us sometimes in unexpected places, but always very nice places. Before we leave off, Kaya, do you have any? Oh, you probably do. So you're quite involved in your posting and not just like I just post and run away like that's and but you stay and you comment and you interact and you engage with your community
Mhm.
so like what lessons or advice might you have for other Tolkien creators?
I mean, obviously, being a female in the Tolkien space, it is very scary to go into the DMs sometimes. But I've noticed that there's a lot more, I don't want to say respectful, like, I guess, kinder, nicer people than what people might assume that we experience. But there's also still a lot. I'm not saying that there isn't any because unfortunately, a lot of us experience a lot of it every single day. But like, obviously don't be afraid to engage with your community because it takes up a lot of time and it is a lot of energy to use. But in my opinion, it's worth it because then you come off as this really kind, understanding person, like the person that you are trying to portray in your videos when it comes to sharing Lord of the Rings with everybody. Whenever people comment on my stuff or like, DM me, I read absolutely every single one of them. I like them. I reply to them as much as I can, except for some of the interesting ones.
Mm,
Without them, I wouldn't have the all of the opportunities I have. I wouldn't have them without the people who follow me or the people who comment on my stuff or the people who DM me. So it's like obviously if I, God's willing, I ever like, get bigger to where more and more people know me, I won't be able to do it at a more
mhm.
regular pace than what I do now. But until that happens, I'm going to keep doing it because it's just like, why wouldn't I? Like you guys are the reason that I post the stuff that I do, that I have the following that I do, that I have the recognition that I do, that the companies that I work with reach out to me. So
Mhm. So that is a great and appreciative way to look at the comment section, which can, can be a mixed bag sometimes. But I do appreciate your positive outlook on it, attitude towards it.
Yeah. And also don't be afraid to fight people if they're mean. Like I also do that. Like if they're gonna be mean, I'm gonna be mean back. Like I will match energy. Like you're not about to come into my comment section, be a word that I can't say on here, and then just think of that I'm just gonna walk away. Like there will be some times where people will comment just a synopsis of the thing that I said in the video, like they're adding anything, and I'm like, I'm just gonna delete this because you put a lot of effort into it, and I already did it up here. So I'm gonna make you mad and I'm gonna hee hee ha ha by myself. But then there are people who will comment on stuff and be like, "Oh, who's this bitch?" Yada yada yada. And I'm just like, my name is right there. That's who I am.
Reading comprehension is low.
I know. I must be a superhero because so few people have it. Whenever I see it happening in like our friends' comment section, and like sometimes like Bree will post it onto her story. And I'll DM her and I'm just like, I wanted to reply to this so bad, but out of respect for you, I didn't because I know you don't want that energy in your comment section.
Mm.
But just
Um,
just know it was there and it's still there if you ever want or need it.
that's why we have the Shulkin creator community has become quite close and supportive of each other, and
Mhm.
that has been just an amazing light that has come out of everything and all
Absolutely.
the work and all the effort we put into I think those connections have made it worth every bit of effort, every bit of nervousness over content, every bit of strange comments, strange being a generous word I'm using here. But us being able to be together about all that and commiserate is really nice. And so we
Yeah.
are very glad to have you as part of our community.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be a part of it. I love all of y'all.
Yay. All right, everyone. So that is Kaia Kay. Make sure you're following her on everywhere, TikTok and Instagram and Substack and Threads. She's very funny on Threads.
I'm hilarious on Threads. I'm meaner on Threads than I am anywhere else, so be careful.
Amazing. You might learn something.
Really funny comebacks. That's what you'll learn.
Excellent. Excellent. The things we always think of after it's too late.
Exactly.
Oh, I should have said that. All right. And so we will see you all next episode. We'll see you when we see you. Thank you.